And welcome back to our video on demand section at WMMBAM.com. An opportunity for us to interview more candidates than we might have time for on the air. Today we're going to talk to two of the three Palm Bay mayoral candidates. Will Conyers is here, and is the current mayor, John Mazziotti, is with us as well. William Capote, also in this race, has chosen not to appear today. Read into that what you will. Gentlemen, thank you for your time, and we're going to give you a chance to tell us your thoughts on this race and what you believe is important. John, you're the current mayor. Tell us the major issues that are facing your city and why you want to keep the job and what you can do about those issues.
Well, the major issue actually that's facing the city, obviously, is the budget. It's not different from many other cities throughout the state of Florida or the United States. And in order to compensate for that, we need to find a way of funding what we do without going to additional funds from other people, residents. One of the ways we need to do is look to make some cuts within the city. And the cuts that we need to make, obviously, is the public safety pensions. So just to make it clear, I mean, we all love our public safety. I think they do a great job, and I'm proud of everything they do every day. Mm-hmm. The problem is we want public safety there, but at what cost to us? And that's the question I pose, at what cost? My pensions this year, fire and police pensions, went up from $3.5 million to $5.5 million. That's a lot of money for pensions in the city of Palm Bay with a $55 million budget. On top of that, we also have my public works budget, which is the roads, the drainage, and all that, is $5.1 million. So when your pensions are more than your public works budget, I think you got a problem.
Is that because of the aging police and fire department workforces, the experience, those guys making more money? And does the city totally fund the pensions, or the officers and the firefighters contributing to their own?
What it is they contribute about a little over 8% to their pension, mm-hmm. similar to Social Security, a little bit more. We contribute, let me go a step further. The state contributes about 11, 12%, and we contribute over 30%. So as good as the pensions are and as good as the force is getting older, you've got all the young guys that are going to be coming up there, too, with a similar pension. So it's something that's just unsustainable. Somewhere along the line, you got to say, this cannot go on forever and ever and ever.
Do you have a plan for fixing it?
We had a plan to fix it. And in 2009, actually, we recognized the problem. 2010, we imposed a contract on the fire department. Needless to say, Milo Zonga got defeated. Ken Green come in, 100% supported by fire. And Ken Green was the third vote they needed to reverse everything we had done. On top of that, now they've got 3 candidates running now who are totally endorsed by fire and police. My opponent, for example, has gotten at least 10 or 12 contributions from 12 different fire departments throughout the state of Florida, plus the AFL-CIO. This is not a battle for who should be mayor. It's a battle about who's going to control your city, who's going to run your city. And what's going to happen if we're not careful, you're going to have your fire department running the city instead of the residents.
Okay. Will Conyers, I can imagine you would see some of this differently. Tell me your take on the important issues in front of the city and how they need to be handled.
Well, I think the biggest problem in Palm Bay is special interest money and union money controlling the councils. And just like the mayor said, Mr. Capote has taken money as far away as New Jersey, the state of New Jersey. You think they're giving him all this money because he's a nice guy so he can have the biggest signs in town? No. When it comes time, if he gets elected, they're going to be asking for their money back in ways that it's going to affect the taxpayers of Palm Bay. I love our fire department and our police department. I've got a long history with both of them. I'm a retired police officer of over 22 years. Mm-hmm. I worked with the fire departments for many years. They even gave me and my wife a reception whenever we got married down in the Grant area. And I would do anything I can for them. But when it comes to giving them things off of the backs of the taxpayers that are already hurting, that have lost their homes, just like my neighbor next door, I can't support that at all. And the fire department guys and the police guys that I know or I have known would never take the money anyway, knowing how many people that they could hurt. It's the unions that are doing it. And the unions are going to get all that they can if they get in power in our council, and they'll watch our infrastructure crumble around our feet. They couldn't care less. So I think the biggest problem is the fact that not only is Mr. Capote taking the money, but also one of the council people that I know of, Michelle Passion. She's taken the union money too. This is all going to come back. If they get elected and get put back in office, it's all going to come back on the taxpayers. The people that really own the city of Palm Bay are the taxpayers, and they are like second-class citizens. I intend to put them back into first-class citizenship.
Tell me how you would plan to do that, given
well,
the
first thing I would do is I'd let them talk first, put them first on the agenda at the city council meetings. Now they're at the end of the council meetings where everybody's tired and ready to go home. Don't listen to them anyway. The taxpayers should be up front first and heard first. They pay the bills. I will also make myself available at least one time a week for them to come in on a first come, first served basis and talk to me and give me their problems, and I will send those problems to the proper places, departments in the city, and get them some kind of an answer for the problems that they got.
Do you have an answer in mind for the budget situation the city's facing? Something you would like to propose if you were elected?
Well, I haven't seen the current budget, and it changes constantly. People, they think, well, the budget's set and that's it. That's not going to be the budget. It's going to change as time goes by. So I don't know. I'd have to, when it appears before me, then I'll be able to make a decision right then on what needs to be changed or what I think needs to be added or what we can do. But I know that we've had $1.5 million in excess money that was turned back into the city this time, and that money could have been used for roads. We've got people in the southeast and the southwest parts of our city that have told me they want to secede from the city of Palm Bay because of the road situation they got, and that the city's not doing anything at all for them. Now, just recently, 30 days before the elections coming up, the city has went down there on one of the roads and started doing a little work on it. But I just wonder how far that'll go after the election if the wrong people are elected. So,
okay. I'm not hearing a lot of difference in philosophy from you two gentlemen. You seem to be focused on the unions being a problem and driving costs up that the city can't handle. Are there differences in how you two want to approach this problem? John, I'll start with you.
Well, first of all, my door's open all the time, and you know that. Anybody has a problem, they can call me, see me, whatever. And I don't take it I don't send them to another department. If there's a situation, I will go talk to the department myself, and I will try to resolve it myself. I get people complaining all the time, city's doing nothing, city's doing nothing. Well, they haven't called me, or call any council member for that person, but they haven't called any of us to tell us what the problem is. He spoke about the public comments at the beginning of the meeting. We used to have 2 public comments during the meetings, one in the middle and one at the end. I respond to most public comments I can. The other 3 that sit to my left, they don't respond to anything. I don't care if you have the public comments in the beginning or at the end. They have not responded. They don't talk about a fire fee. They don't talk about the taxes. They don't talk about the unions. They don't talk about anything. We just signed a 3-year contract with the fire department. And that's totally unheard of in these economic times. You sign a 1-year contract. That's what you do because you never know where you're going to be next year. And even though our taxes have gone down dramatically, we're still able to fund stuff. There's a lot of people that work for the city of Palm Bay, and they think the city exists to give them a job. That's not the case. The city exists to give services to the community. And when we stop doing services, we've got problems. Our services right now, our cuts that we're making, are services that are required, that are necessary. When it's time for a problem on a road or something, we normally used to be able to get out there in 2 or 3 days. Now it's 3 or 4 weeks.
All right.
As far as those roads, real fast, as far as that road that we're doing, we found that money in the budget. I'm the one that recommended the roads to be done. There's 3 roads to be done. So those 3 roads are going to be done as opposed to putting it somewhere else. We don't have a reserve. We have what they call a cash balance. Cash comes in and cash goes out. If an emergency comes along anytime soon, we have no money for that.
City has depleted reserve funds at this point?
We don't have any money. It's a cash balance. You try to keep like 14, 15% in there if you can. So, which is okay, but you need to have a separate reserve account that just deals with...
Isn't that required by state law?
No, you don't have to have the reserve.
Okay.
The way we do it, it's a cash balance.
All right, very good. Well, Conyers, the difference in how you would administer these things and plans you would have as opposed to what John's saying.
I'd like to say again and reiterate what I just said, that if we get elected, if we elect these people that are partial to the unions and all their money that they're putting into them, we're not going to go nowhere.
All right,
I don't
all due
care.
respect, you've made the point. I'm asking you for
Okay.
specifics about what you want to do. This is your opportunity to speak to these voters and tell them what you'll do to differentiate yourself between
What
the
will
other
we
candidates.
do about what exactly?
The problems facing the city that you've outlined, the budgetary problems, the union problems.
I just told you we're not going to be able to do nothing.
I'm asking you if you have an answer. You're not
okay.
telling me an answer yet.
Okay.
Tell me what your answer would be. How would you do it? If you, in the perfect world where you are the mayor and you're in charge, how are you going to do it?
Which particular problem would you like to address?
At this point, pick one.
Okay, the roads, all right?
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about the roads for a minute. The mayor says he's got this, he's addressed the road project, but it's my understanding in all the years he's been there, he's never approved a road project since he's been there, okay? That's one of the things.
All right, how are you going to do it?
That is one of my priorities right there, to see what we can do to help these people, especially in the southeast, southwest part of town, with their poor road situation they got. Mm-hmm. The only thing that the city has done now so far, they went out there and put patches in. Mm-hmm. That's about all.
Are you saying
go down
then
there and
it's
take a look?
Are you saying then it's a prioritization problem that the city's not choosing to spend its money correctly at this point?
I don't think that they have treated these people fairly. No, because they pay taxes. They got some of the most beautiful homes in Palm Bay in those sections down there. I've been down there and talked to those people and looked at them. Been in their homes. A beautiful place. And then you look at the road situation. There's no drainage. No fire hydrants or nothing down there. They pay taxes down there just like the rest of the city. Why is it that they all are not being treated the same as the other parts of the city? The city wants them to pay extra to have a road put in down there. I don't think that's fair. I think they've already paid their taxes and stuff, just like the rest of the city has. So that's one of the...
Well, other parts of the city have also voted additional tax increases of themselves to get their roads in play.
Well, that's fine if these people don't think that they should do that.
And I agree with that, but I'm not sure we're comparing apples and oranges here. John?
I agree with that, too. Number one problem in this city has been in the past, is today, and will be for the next 50 years, roads and drainage. And if we don't address roads and drainage, we got a problem. He spoke about fire hydrants. Fire hydrants come from the utility department. It's a whole different set of funding. You can't use general fund money there to put anything in. To run fire hydrants, you have to run water lines. People don't want to pay for the water lines. I would love to run water lines through the whole city of Palm Bay. And the problem is you got all these vacant lots because they get to vote. They will vote no. So the homes that are there don't get the benefit. I go to houses all the time in the city of Palm Bay. I've been doing this a long time. And I have many relationships. And I know the problems down there. I understand the problems. I just want to say that about 3 years ago, we started a road program for maintenance where we were going to put $2 million a year into the roads, strictly maintenance. So it would take care of all the roads that are okay but need to be maintained. What happened was the first year we did it, second year they took half the money out. And why did we take half the money out? Because we had to fund our pensions. And this year we put no money into it other than the money that we found that was left over from making all those cuts last year. And we took that money and flipped it over, and we're going to do about $1 million worth of roads. We do some for economic development and for roads. That's where we're going.
We are quickly running out of time here. Will Conyers, if folks want more information from you, is there a website, a phone number? How do you want folks to contact you to learn more about your campaign?
Sure, they can call. They can email me at w6220003@yahoo.com. w6220003@yahoo.com.
Thanks so much for your time this morning. I appreciate it. John Mazziotti, folks want to reach you. How do they do it?
They get me. You can call City Hall, obviously. You can get me anytime you want. But I have my own personal phone, which is 626-2224. I have a email account, which is mayorpb@gmail.com, set up specifically for this campaign. And anybody, they don't have to just call. They can come up and see me anytime they want. They're always welcome to do that.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. There's an opportunity for you to take a look at these two candidates, and we will see you next time right here on WMMBAM.com. Thanks for being here.
Well, it wasn't very long.
It's not, absolutely.